see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I hear you.
And so I had to really start pricking my finger, something I did not want to do, prick my finger every day and going through that process. And I feel sorry for anybody that has sugar that have to go through pricking your finger every day, checking your meter and all that, you know. So I was fortunate enough that I don't have to do that no more. You know, that is very miserable.
You were blessed by God on that one,
Sure
Puggy.
was.
But you know what, Puggy? When you were on those steroids, and this is just a joke, but when you were on those steroids, why didn't you sign up to be a professional sports athlete? I just understand.
I didn't think about steroids as like you see the baseball players and everything. I just was taking them because the doctor said take them. But what they did, when the doctor, I was only supposed to take them, but so much. When another doctor described them to me, and by me going with the doctor, then it's like an overdose of steroids, and it just let me almost died.
Well, that's definitely not funny.
No, it isn't.
But it's good that you brought this up because people do need to check. And let me just reiterate what I'm saying. If somebody put you on a medicine, I don't care if you've been going to this doctor for 25 years, you think they're the best doctor on earth. Not only should you ask them, will it interact? What is it for? What is it supposed to accomplish? And then ask those questions. And then after that, talk to your pharmacist and ask a second doctor. Because if you don't do that, you can die.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right.
The nurse told me, excuse me for interrupting you, the nurse told me if I wouldn't have been there that day, I would have died.
I believe
and she talking about dying. I said, dying how? She said, well, you would have died from overdose with sugar. And I said, I don't have sugar.
Right.
But the steroids, when I told her steroids, then she knew that I had gotten too much steroids.
Well, you know, Puggy, I am not someone who believes in unnecessary lawsuits. But if I were you, I'd be talking to an attorney about that. You need to do that. Because if we do, and understand this, let me just throw this out. Sometimes you have to do a lawsuit. It's not because you want to get money. It's not because you're after people or whatever. Sometimes you have to at least consider it because what happened to Puggy could happen to somebody else, and they may not discover it, and they die.
Yeah.
And so Puggy, I'm going to just say this. I'm not a professional lawyer. I would consider talking to someone, see if they think you should pursue anything, only because you can save a life. And tell the dog I said, woo, 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 to you too.
Okay, well, I'll let you get another caller.
All right, Puggy, you're going to be having a return engagement, so don't forget that.
Okay, guy.
All right, I'll see you later. We're going to move forward.
See you, Puggy.
And now,
okay, baby, I love you.
I did, right?
Me too.
Okay, so it's your turn.
It's Donna's turn. Caller? Hello?
Hi, Al. This is Ed Skirtis.
Ed Skirtis is in the house. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
I like what you had to say about PCTV 21, and I think you're right about a lot of us.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, I used to host a show celebrating Pittsburgh legacies.
Right.
And we had some dynamite sports shows. And I think that the community has to be more embracive to the station because I've asked different higher profile people to be on my show, and in public, like they were real good about it, but then I would call them and they wouldn't want to ever come on the show simply because it's public access.
Right.
But I think it's, you know, we have a terrific station, and I'm real proud of what you guys do. And in fact, I remember, Al, that people don't know this, but I think you had an impact of getting President Obama your show and stuff like that.
Well, we'll have to put you back on here.
And I also have diabetes.
Right.
And I just try to enjoy every moment of life. I got to take insulin and medicine and things like that, and check my blood sugars and things. But you can still live a happy life and a long life. And I'm doing my best to keep it in control.
Okay.
And I'm just real proud to be a part of your show, and just happy for all the things that you guys do. So, and
now,
yes,
Ed,
we should be elevated to the next level also.
Oh, definitely. Well, Ed, I want to, you're a fellow producer, and I wanted to have you back me up on this. You see, the audience sees me looking at my watch all the time, and they may tend to think I'm thinking, oh boy, this person's rambling on. That's not it. Could you please verify that the reason why I'm doing that is because of the time constraints? You being a producer, you know that when I'm looking at my watch, I'm not looking at my watch because I don't want to hear somebody. I'm looking at it because we only have like about 9 minutes or so left. So you know and I know. So would you agree that, having that you've done shows before, would you agree that's not true? I mean, that is true?
Yeah, well, we're very limited with our time.
Right.
And I know that I'm like you. I learned from you that you have to have your show,
Right.
you have to divide it up in segments.
Right.
So that you can keep your viewers attached. And, you always do a dynamite job, and I'm real proud of all that you do.
Well, I appreciate that.
Friendships with Annette and all your cast.
Well, you know what? Before I go, Ed, Donna has a question for you. And then after that, I have a question for you right now, Ed. How do you feel about possibly laughing in the next couple of minutes? The reason why I'm asking you is I'm going to make some time in the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to do something kind of stupid, so get ready to laugh. But before that, he has a serious question for you.
Ed, I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
You said that you've learned something from Al. Did you learn a lot of different things from watching Al's show or being around Al? Did he inspire you in any way?
I know, like, I write all my shows. I have a script written out for everything. And I try to do something different than any other station. When I do the sports shows, Smokin' Jim had made a comment that he thought that there should be a lot more people like me doing sports, because I can give an angle that no other sportscaster can give, because I was never an athlete on a varsity team or a college team. I see the game from the sidelines. And as far as with Al, a lot of you don't know this, but Al and I produced a jazz documentary that's never ever been done before in Pittsburgh or anywhere in the country, I think, focusing on all the local jazz artists and what it's like to own a club, and what it's like to perform, and to see me actually perform with other professional musicians. So, Al and I have really done some dynamite things. And, Al does stuff that CNN and all those other stations that, Al speaks the truth, not because he wants the ratings, because he wants us to be informed. So.
Well, I want to throw something. I'm going to have to move forward, but don't cut yourself off. I mean, don't cut them off yet. Before I go, Ed, in that tradition of what you just said, I didn't have this on the menu today, but I fought real hard for the healthcare law to be passed. Just to let you know, just all Americans need to know this. Everybody was saying this is a terrible law and there's this, that, and the other. Because of the new healthcare law that just passed less than a year ago, as a direct result, Medicaid and Medicare will now remain solvent for an extra 12 years and will remain solvent till 2029 or 2029. Why that matters is if we did not pass this law, it was going to start to go bankrupt around 2017. Now, people that are 20 years old might think, well, it don't mean nothing to me. It means something to your parents. It means something to your grandparents and your great-grandparents. We're going to be saving lives an extended period of time, an extra 12 years, directly because of this law. So when you hear the politicians and think about voting in November, do not vote for anyone who wants to get rid of and repeal this law. Because if you do vote for them, you're going to be voting to cut the senior citizens off of their Medicaid 12 years earlier, and lives will be lost if you do that. So think about your future, your mother's future, and your grandmother's future. And Ed, I just want to let you know that we now have an extension of 12 years as a direct result. So I have to say I'm proud of my crew for helping us to get this law passed. Now, Ed, I do need to move forward. I do have another quick call. I'm going to have very limited time because I got to get to this window dressing because I'm tired of the window dressing. If I wanted window dressing, I guess I'd get salad dressing, but I don't eat salad, so I can't have salad dressing. So before we get to the dressing, let's get the call. Caller number 4. Caller number 4, you're on.
Okay, Al.
You got a couple of seconds.
This is Diane, your sister. Are you going to ever pull on any politicians on and talk about our transit? Because our transit's in trouble also. And everybody can hear me. Please go to the public hearing August 19th at 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night at the David Lawrence Convention Center. And don't forget, he was also a politician. He was the mayor, I don't know what year. I hope someday you have Dan on and talk about where all the money went for our transit. And everybody adheres me. Where's that seatbelt? It saved our life yesterday. We're all alive, and that is alive. I'm alive, and my brother's alive, and my sister's alive, and we're all doing all right, even if he does have a bad neck or whatever happened. Keep the good work out, and where's that seatbelt?
I'm wearing it. I'm not wearing it right now, but I'm wearing it. All right, Diamond, we're going to move forward.
Do not take that seatbelt off and glue it to your body if you have to.
All right, well, we're going to move forward. Thank you for calling, Diane.
And if he comes to Ed again, ask him to come back on. I want to ask him a question about that library stuff he was talking about to him.
All right.
I hope you
we do need to move forward, though.
To talk about the buses. And wear that seatbelt. The Lord loves you all. Have a good night.
Amen. Can we move forward, please? Amen. Now, everybody back home, I'm going to now stand up. So we're going to go to a wide shot when we can. And everybody, if you can't see,